Good morning, everyone, or good evening if you are in the Northern Hemisphere. It's wonderful to have you all here. I am Karen. I'm the Plant Power Coach. For those of you who don't know me, who might be new to the group, or who if you haven't had a conversation with me yet, welcome. Today I want to talk to you about the topic of worrying about what other people think of us, right? Other people's opinions of us, other people's opinions of the foods that we eat, other people's opinions of our health or our weight loss journey, other people's opinions of how we want to live our lives, okay? So I want to talk about this because I see for many people that this can be a huge driver for them. It can really affect how they behave, how they speak, how they design their lives, how they live their lives, how they eat in particular. It can create a lot of anxiety for people, a lot of fear. It creates a lot of internal doubt. Creates a lot of misery in people's lives too. I know, I used to suffer from this really badly. And it's very much sort of people pleasing, and this used to be me, big time. It took a lot to overcome this, and I want to help you too. So if you feel like you are somebody yourself who does let other people's opinions drive your behavior or pull you off track even to achieving your goals, I'm going to invite you to come and have a chat with me. I'd really love to help you work through this. You can send me a DM if you want, or you can book a quick chat from the top of this post if you want to as well. We'll just have a quick chat about what's going on for you. So let's dive in. Many people find in life that they're not really living a life that is their own design. And it feels a little bit miserable. It feels inauthentic to them. They get to a point in their life and they go, what am I doing? And it's often because they have designed their lives around pleasing other people. Now, worrying about what other people think, worrying about their opinions, this is one of the most common forms of self-sabotage that there are, right? Particularly in the realm of health and weight loss, okay? And certainly, most definitely when it comes to people changing their diets, all right? Changing the foods that they eat. So it's caused in some way by a deep internal fear of losing people's love, losing their support, their connection, their friendship. And I have seen so many people scared or reluctant to change all sorts of things in their lives. But in the health space, it's around changing their eating behaviors, changing the foods that they're eating, changing their daily habits, even changing their language and the way they speak to themselves or the way that they speak to others, because they are seriously worried about what other people are going to think of them, right? They are seriously scared of losing people's love and connection. I even had a client who many years prior to working with me, she had lost a significant amount of weight. I think it was in the realm of 10 kilos plus, which is more than 20 pounds. And she suddenly felt amazing. She felt really good in her body. And she could never work out why she ended up self-sabotaging her results and putting all the weight back on again and more. And it was when we worked together that we went through the self-sabotage module in my Plant Power Transformation program. We uncovered the reason why it was that she had suddenly not suddenly, but over time had put this weight back on. And it was because of the reactions that she actually got from her close friends and family. And it turned out they weren't exactly excited about or supportive about her weight loss journey. And it was because they themselves had really struggled to lose their own weight. And there was a bit of jealousy going on, right? And she had lost the weight in a really fit and healthy way too. But her friends and her family would give her these little niggly comments about how she was looking too skinny. She better eat something because, you're looking too skinny. You don't want to lose too much weight now. And they were always commenting on what she was eating or what she wasn't eating. And these comments really made her feel like she was losing their approval, losing their friendship, losing their love in some way. And without really thinking about it, because, you know, to her, their approval, their friendship, their love was very, very important, she found herself abandoning her new way of life, abandoning the healthy exercise habits that she had established. She started eating foods again that she had decided she didn't want to eat, that actually helped, you know, she dropped eating certain types of foods that actually helped her lose her weight, but she found herself going back to them again. She found herself eating the foods that they wanted her to eat because she was so concerned that they weren't approving of her and her new way of life, and the weight just piled back on again. And this made her feel really bad about herself, and every time from then on she really tried to lose that weight again, she found herself stuck. She was unable to really bring back the fire and the motivation and that passion that she felt last time she actually lost the weight. And so we uncovered, when we worked together, what was happening. There was a deep down fear that once again she would lose people's love and connection. And it was a major aha for her in terms of that being the major way that she was self-sabotaging, or the way that self-sabotage showed up for her in her life. Now, why is this a major form of self-sabotage? Why does this affect so many of us, and including this particular client and other clients that I have worked with? Why do we seem so programmed to care what other people think of us? Why do we let other people's opinions and comments and things like that hold us back from creating the life that we want, the health that we want, the body that we want? Well, the answer is actually very, very simple, and it's because of some very, very ancient programming within us. Okay, so I want you to think back to the very early days of humankind, right? We weren't very developed not socially. We weren't very developed in terms of our brain function back then. In those days, we were very tribal. We had to stick together for safety, for security, and, you know, to keep ourselves safe from predators, safe from, I guess, other tribes. We had to work together to find shelter and food, and we had to fit in, and we had to belong to our tribe, right? If we didn't fit in or belong to our tribe in some way, we would be considered a threat to the safety of that tribe, and we would be cast out, and we would then be on our own. And if we're on our own, then we were definitely destined for death. You know, we'd had to go and find food on our own, shelter on our own, and keep ourselves safe from predators on our own. So it meant certain death. So essentially, being cast out from the tribe back then meant certain death. Now, this programming, this part of our brain, this most ancient part of our brain, it is still very much alive in our 2021 brain, right? It's still there, it's still active. But these days, if we're cast out from our tribe, it doesn't mean certain death. But that part of our brain is still very, very, very scared of being cast out from the tribe, of being different from other people, of not having other people's approval, right? It's still very active because somewhere deep, buried deep down, it means certain death. Now, we as logical human beings, we know that that's not true, and we can go to work on that, all right? Now, if you know Tony Robbins' 6 human needs, there's the need for certainty, uncertainty, love and connection, significance, growth, and contribution. You'll see that needing other people's approval really taps into that love and connection, that need for love and connection. It also taps into the need for certainty, right? Needing to be certain that we're doing the right thing by getting other people's approval. the need for certainty that we are safe by having other people's approval, right? It also taps into the need for significance. So if other people approve of us, then maybe in some way we are significant to them. So, it taps into a lot of our needs, right? Our core human needs. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Knowing all of this, the thing is we have absolutely no power whatsoever over other people's minds. We have no power over other people's opinions of us. We cannot control what other people think of us. Sorry, that might be hard to hear. Other people's opinions, their thoughts, their reactions to us, their reactions to the way we want to live our lives, their reactions to, the foods we eat, the decisions that we make for ourselves, these are all completely out of our control. We cannot control them, right? They're in their own minds. Their reactions to how you live your life have nothing to do with you either, all right? They have nothing to do with you. Their thoughts about you are all shaped through their own programming and filters. And what I mean by programming and filters, these are developed through their own personal experiences in their own personal life, their own model of the world, their own beliefs that they have developed over the course of their life, okay? So their opinion of you actually doesn't really have anything to do with you. Their opinions or their reactions to your diet, your body, how you live your life are all coming through that lens of their map and their personal programming, okay? And you will know this to be true because people all have a different opinion about you, right? They have a different opinion about you, your personality, how you live your life, the foods that you eat, how you dress, the way you style your hair, the makeup you wear, if you're a makeup wearer, all of those sorts of things. And the thing is, if someone's reaction was actually about you, then every single person that you met would have the same reaction, okay? They would have the same opinion, but they don't, because everyone's opinion is about them, their own filters, their own programming, their own, the meaning that they give to how you live your life, how the foods that you eat. It's all to do with them, their thoughts and their meanings, their beliefs. And if you try to please other people by manipulating your behavior, by acting a certain way, by eating the foods that they want you to eat, by stopping caring for your health too, you are going to end up feeling miserable. You'll feel inauthentic, you'll feel hopeless, you'll likely not achieve your goals, right? And if you come across as miserable and inauthentic and hopeless and people-pleasing, doing things just to please people, they probably won't like you anyway because it doesn't feel genuine, okay? So, with all this, how do we get past that desire to please others, to appease their opinions, to have them approve of us, of our lives, our diet, our health journey, our weight, our appearance, anything? And the first question I want to ask you is, do you approve of yourself? Okay. Cougar approves. Can you hear it? Often we are seeking other people's approval. I know, because I said I have been this person. It's because deep down somewhere we don't approve of ourselves first. We don't have full confidence in ourselves. We don't really know maybe who we are deep down, what we want. So we're seeking other people's approval of what we're doing, of who we're being. And it doesn't really feel good, does it? We don't want to be those people. We really want to be sure of who we are, and the only person who can give us that assurance is ourselves, right? So do you really have approval? Do you approve of yourself? That's really a question to ponder, isn't it? So if you are asking right now, I don't know, the answer's probably no. And if you definitely know that you are seeking other people's approval of your journey, then the answer's definitely no. Okay? If you are struggling to accept yourself as you are without the need for anybody else's approval, what I would like you to do is to do some thought work around this. Do some inner work on this. So when you recognize that your behavior in some way is seeking other people's approval of you, I want you to start going in and understanding your thoughts around this. I want you to start writing these down too, not just keeping them in your head. When you write them down, you can start to work on them. And I want you to start asking yourself some powerful questions that are going to help you uncover what's going on. So asking questions like, what are the thoughts that I'm thinking that lead me to believe I need other people's approval? Why do I think I need other people's approval? Why is it so important to me to have this person's approval? Ask yourself, do I approve of what I'm doing? Do I approve of the way I'm living my life? Do I approve of me? Right? Do I think I'm doing a good job? Ask yourself, what will actually happen if I don't get this person's approval? Will I lose their love? Is that really going to happen? Will I die? Sorry, I mean, I don't mean to laugh, but that's where our primal head goes, right? If we lose someone's approval, if we lose someone's love, oh my God, we're going to be cast out from the tribe and we'll die. That's not going to happen, all right? So what will actually happen if I lose someone's approval? If I lose it, if I lose their approval, if I lose their love, if I lose their friendship, did they really love me? Or are they just trying to control me? Do they just want me to behave in a certain way because it makes them look good? Really get to the heart of it. So ask yourself some really powerful questions like that. And when you start to ask yourself searching questions like that, your brain really starts looking for the answers, right? It'll start to uncover why it is you feel that you need other people's approval in your life. And I want you to really ask what realistically will happen to you if you don't get their approval. What will happen if you decide to show up as you? 100% you, authentically you. What's going to happen is your real people will still love you. The people who love you will love you no matter who you are, what you're doing, what you eat. And you'll likely find some new people who really resonate with you as well. Yes, you may lose a few people on the way, depending on, what it is that you're doing. But when you're becoming authentically you, that's okay. Remember, if those people don't approve of you, if they don't approve of who you want to be, who you are at your core, then maybe they were never your people. It's okay to really lose those who never truly loved you. But maybe there's also something going on deep with them as well. And maybe you can start to ask some exploratory questions with them to ask why they need to control you, or why they need you to be a certain way. All right. So a few things to think of there, guys. If this is you, if you are somebody who struggles with this, I want you to know that it is completely normal. I hope you understand what's going on. That this is just normal part of your brain that is just trying to keep you safe and alive. but it is likely holding you back from becoming the best version of you that you can be. And I want you to remember that you are the only you that will ever be born, okay? So why not make the decision right now to become the best version of you that you can possibly be? Because I can tell you right now that you are the only person who has the gifts to offer the world that are uniquely yours. Nobody else can give the world what you can. Nobody else has had the exact same experiences in life that you have, right? It's time to show up as authentically you. And that means looking after your health. That means eating the foods that you know are going to be amazing for your health, not what somebody else wants you to eat. It means approving of you now, not doing something to win somebody else's approval or somebody else's love. If somebody doesn't love you the way you are now, they're probably not going to love you if you're trying to people please them, all right? And do some of that thought work. Download, why do you need this person's approval? Why do you need these people's approval? Do you approve of yourself? Go in, do that work. So if you are someone who really is struggling with that need for other people's approval in your life, you know, whether that is changing your diet, whether that is going on a health journey, whether that is, your weight loss, you're worried about what other people are going to think of you. If you're going on, if you're going on a weight loss journey, what are people going to think about you as you lose the weight? If you change what you're eating, if you get to your goal weight, are they still going to like you as you are? Are they going to be jealous? Whatever it is, if it's causing you confusion, if it's causing you misery, if you feel like it's holding you back from really just going after your dreams, please, I want you to reach out to me, and I want to help you in some way around this, right? I've got the link to book a chat with me in the post above this video, and book a time to chat, just a quick chat with me, see if I can help you, or just reach out to me in the DMs and let's have a chat about it, okay? So if it's affecting your health, if it's affecting your weight loss journey, we really need to make sure that we get this dialed in so that it's not going to hold you back. All right, I see this time and time again with a lot of my clients and with a lot of other people that I see floating around on the internet or just having conversations with in general. So I don't want this to be a struggle for you either. So I'm gonna sign it off there, guys, and I hope that was beneficial to you in some way. Please reach out to me and let's have a chat. And as we finish now, I just want to ask if there are any questions from anybody. Hello, Lisa. I see you're watching. Lisa, do you have a question for me today? And I see Carly Ann here, well, has been here at least. Hi, Carly Ann, if you're still watching. Does anybody have any questions for me? If not, we'll finish it up today. And I'll be back next week with some more insights for you. Okay, guys, we'll leave it there today. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Hope you got something out of that. All right. Thank you, guys. We'll finish up today, and I'll catch you next week for another live. Bye.